is brewing in the tri-state. And
we need to clean coffee cups, I feel like.
That's a good idea.
Cling.
You can have some ching. What's brewing? Well, let's start with the traffic alert. Okay, so a little over a week after the eastbound lanes of Ohio State Route 562 reopened, that's the Norwood Lateral, the westbound lanes, yay, are now closed. All westbound lanes, we didn't even plan that, of the Norwood Lateral going from 71 over to 75, those are now closed for about 80 days.
Wow.
It's all part of a major $21 million rehabilitation project. When the westbound lanes do reopen in the fall, get ready, because ODOT says that's when the repaving is going to start.
Again, yay!
So drivers, you're going to see lane closures until about June of 2025. Ooh. So a full year from now, they will be wrapping this whole thing up.
When I read that, June 2025.
Yeah, but they'll have the lanes open after about 80 days. But right now, again, it's like we had that week where both directions were open, but now it's going from 71 over to 75 that they have that westbound side closed. So your detours, you go up to the Ronald Reagan Cross County Highway, or you can go down to Fort Washington Way downtown to get over to 75 or some of the secondary roads.
Just eye on the prize.
Eye on the prize.
Once it's done, it's going to be so good and smooth.
Smooth, and
for maybe
they've been working on
so.
all the bridges, right, until things start breaking down again. But
yes, exactly.
This is your heads up.
All right, speaking of being out on the roads, Kentucky is a vacation hotspot. At least that's what recent data suggests. Newly released numbers shows more tourists than ever are visiting Kentucky.
All right.
Last year marked another record for the Commonwealth, with tourism drawing in nearly $14 billion. That's a lot. That led to more than 95,000 jobs. Kentucky leader says it's the bourbon infrastructure that's a major driver and has more than $2.5 billion that are going towards the food and beverage spending. In northern Kentucky, we have the Bee Line. Did you know this, Jen?
I did. I've been to some of the places on the Bee Line.
Love it. It's a self-guided tour of northern Kentucky's top bourbon establishments. They stop all throughout these different distilleries. So like New Riff, Augusta, Pensive Distilling Company. There's also restaurants like the Purple Poulet, Jen was teaching me, Smoke Justice, and Libby's Southern Comforts. You can download your Beeline Pass online and then check off all the places that you've been eyeing. We'll have a link to that at local12.com as well. So you've been on this tour.
Yeah, I've been to Smoke Justice, a couple of those places. I mean, I haven't been to all of them, just like the Bourbon Trail. I haven't been to all of those. But, oh gosh, I'm trying to think of the one that's in Burlington. It's an old restaurant there. It's really good.
In Burlington?
Yeah, right in downtown Burlington. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now, but it's so delicious. Not just the bourbon, but the food.
We'll think of it in a minute.
Yeah, we'll think of it, but it's on the Bee Line, and it's
happens.
great. So it's awesome that we have that whole, Kentucky has the Bourbon Trail, but then bringing this Bee Line closer to the river and showing all these places around that have just incredible distilleries. I mean, I feel like a new distillery opens every year around this area. So
no, I didn't
really
realize
helps.
much in the way of the bourbon side of it. Like, we just have so much beer and different distilleries in that way. So there's definitely a way to keep yourself entertained. Like when my husband has brothers and friends come in town, that's exactly what they want to do. Check all that out.
So many cool places around here.
For sure.
Well, you can celebrate Northern Kentucky's Italian heritage this weekend. Speaking of things to do in Kentucky, Italian Fest is going to take over a riverboat row right in front of Newport on the Levee. The event celebrates Newport's Italian history with all kinds of Italian foods and history displays. There's also traditional festive fun, including, things like live music, games, and rides. It runs from Thursday through Sunday. And just looking at some of that food is making me so hungry. We just had the Cincinnati that went up in Cincinnati. So this one, moving down into Kentucky now.
I know this is a favorite for Megan Mondello. So this is her and her family.
She's Italian.
Yes, her and her family are always there.
Yeah, she used to do, her and her dad, they did some cooking demonstrations at the Cincinnati one at I don't know if they did that this year or not.
I don't know either.
But my gosh, I'll go wherever there's Italian food. It's always good.
Amen. All right, so you can join in on a movement to help a neighbor in need. Sounds pretty awesome, right? It'll make you feel good too. This weekend, hundreds of volunteers were with an organization called People Working Cooperatively. We're out in those neighborhoods around the tri-state. They were able to help do repair work on dozens of homes. Some of the things that the volunteers will be working on were repairing damaged walkways and steps, installing handrails, and provide any other assistance that these low-income families might need. But there's still plenty of work to be done.
Some of these folks, they're older, maybe they don't have much family, they don't have many people they can count on, and just a 5-minute conversation is just as valuable as some of the work we're doing in their homes. We look for more people who have more home repair skills for this particular event, but there's a place for everyone. Like I said, if you can hold a paintbrush and slap some paint on somebody's porch columns, we'll probably find a place for you. So.
PwC is hosting volunteer events throughout this month. You can register to volunteer individually or as a group on PwC's website. We'll have a link to that on local12.com.
Yeah, I've known about this organization for years and years. Bob and I did some stuff with them a long time ago, and they do great work. They're helping out, folks who may not be able to get repairs done to their houses. And like he said, you don't have to be an expert. I certainly am not an expert. You can, you help paint, you can help carry things, whatever, your capacity to help would be. They were looking for volunteers always to do this.
And it's just the simplest of stuff that can make such a difference.
Yeah, I mean, refreshing somebody's home front, doing things that they wouldn't be able to get to themselves. It's a great organization.
Replacing doors, I mean, things that are really important that just are super hard for us normal people.
Right.
Sure, you can stop watching, but let's be honest, you want to know more. Tap the links or even better, click subscribe to stay in the know.